a statement to them. So, you know, that's how we left it. So we're not going to answer any of the questions in the questionnaire board and just write up a narrative, basically, of that meeting and leave Farhad's number at the bottom. And then also, then yesterday, actually, or a couple of days ago, I read this article in, it was on a blog called Aguanomics, and this guy was basically talking about, making an argument that kind of reinforced the argument that Farhad had made. And so it was talking about the disconnect between the stated goal in the Millennium Development Goal about access to clean and sustainable water and water sources. Having the population that doesn't have access to clean and sustainable water sources by 2015, and the way they're actually tracking progress against that goal, which is the way they're measuring progress against the goal is by looking at the number of people who have an improved source of water, improved access of water, which is just having a pipe in your house. So digging a bore well is considered an improved access. There's really, and so they've actually dropped measuring sustainability, because obviously bore wells are generally not very sustainable. And then also safe drinking water supply too, because they just kind of dropped that as well. So, and he said there's a big difference, there's a disconnect between like the aspirations of water activists, which is looking for clean, sustainable sources, and the bureaucrats who are actually implementing these projects. Because pipes connections are a lot easier to deliver than spending, like Farhad did, 7 years in a community to revive a river. And so that was kind of an interesting argument. It was the same night that we had that meeting with Farhad, so it was an interesting experience. Is that good? I talked.
Yeah, no, that's it. How many of us were there for Farhad's presentation? All of us?
No, not me.
Not you. You then. So, does this add up to what he was presenting? What is the same perspective that you were getting? Yeah, I think this is a wonderful write-up to put in as the consultant's note, mate. I hope you get that down too.
No, and the interesting thing is that in our discussion with Farhad, he was saying that you shouldn't answer any other question, just put this consultant's note, and that's your challenge. To be able to interface with the Bill Gates and say, this is all I have to say.
Sure. Yeah, Farhad is a left-wing radical or a green-wing radical, but it works. And I've been there on site, and it's worth everybody's, whenever there's a time or the occasion or the opportunity to create, to be there to see what actually can be achieved when people are empowered. So what we did was last year for the film festival, we got Chandra Singh, one of Farhad's discoveries, or the person who Farhad's group has built up and who works in jazz.